So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can literally get ahead of 99% of all of the other students around you using these 3 simple steps or 3 simple mindsets that I'm going to illustrate to you in this video. My name is Matthew. I graduated with 3 stars and 1 A in my A-levels, which is like the highest grade in the UK. I also graduated as a valedictorian, and I'm currently studying at the University of Hong Kong, which is ranked 11 worldwide. I'm currently studying financial technology with a minor in computer science. So I think I have something to say when it comes to getting ahead of 99% of all of the other people who are around you. So the first thing that I want to show you, the first tip that I want to tell you right now is that you need to understand what being in the top 1% truly means. Because a lot of people, they like to say all of these buzzwords like, oh, I'm in the top 1%. Oh, you need to be better than 99% of other people. But like, what does that actually mean? And what does that actually look like? Well, my quantifiable definition, by definition of being in the top 1% means that you're not doing what 99% of people are doing. That's what being in the 1% means. If you think about the student, if you think about the person who got really top grades in their class, maybe they graduated as the valedictorian or is like the student council president or something like that, or has an extremely high GPA while he's studying in university and he has like 5 internships on the side. That person, by definition, is not doing what 99% of people are doing. So what does it actually look like in practice? Well, I can actually give you a pretty recent example. So for context, right? I live in a dormitory. It has like around 200 people, and it has basically all of the best students in the University of Hong Kong, all concentrated into this dormitory and I know that because we have a 9% acceptance rate, which is honestly pretty insane. Basically, I live on a floor with all of my other guy friends. We're basically like, we call ourselves like brothers. And we actually had the opportunity as brothers to go out to party as a floor. And guess what? We were also going to do it with a couple of other girls from other floors who would come, and we would go out partying and we would go drinking, have fun at this district in Hong Kong. I can't lie, I was actually very tempted to go. Because, I mean, like, which guy in their right mind would not want to spend time with like good-looking girls, right? Like, I'm just gonna be real. Like, of course I wanted to go. So with that being said, the main problem was that the next day I had swim practice, and it was like 1 week before the actual final event. I was in a swimming competition with my dorm. So I kind of weighed the options. I was like, okay, do I want to lock in for swimming or do I want to go party and have fun? I chose to lock in for swimming. And the result was that I was actually able to train harder and I felt so much more energized. And like our whole entire dormitory ended up winning the entire competition. Like I was one of the swim team captains. That kind of goes to show that sometimes you need to make sacrifices. If you truly want to be in the top 1%, you need to be willing to make the sacrifices that 99% of people are not willing to make. That's what is the hallmark of a top 1% student. For you, that might look like, instead of just wasting out your time scrolling on social media, watching YouTube videos, like I guarantee you this isn't probably the first YouTube video that you've watched. You've probably watched like 5 others before this one, right? Stop procrastinating. Literally go and click off this video and do the work. Like literally do the hard work. Don't just keep scrolling on YouTube and scrolling on Instagram and wasting your life away. Like, come on. I'm just going to be straightforward with you. You need to be willing to make those sacrifices if you want to go to the top. So now that you understand what being in a top 1% actually means and what that actually looks like, the second thing that you need to understand is that you need to develop an imbalanced life. Let me explain. Most people think of balance like 50-50. Like, oh, I study for 2 hours, then I can go scroll on social media for 2 hours. Or I work for 5 hours, and then I can go party for 5 hours. The reality is that if you truly want to become in the top 1%, it does not work like that. It's completely asymmetrical. Let me explain with a diagram, right? This is what success looks like. On one side, you have your goals. This is the thing that you're always going to be focused on. You're hyper-focused. You're locked in on this. And everything other than your goals, literally everything else, is going to be of lower priority. This is what success looks like. Success is not simply just, oh, I study for 2 hours, then I can go scroll on social media for 2 hours. No, from my point of view and from all the point of views of like all the top CEOs, all the top entrepreneurs, they led very, very, very imbalanced life. Literally anything that doesn't push you towards your goals is noise. And everything that else that is noise should have a lower priority, if not completely removed from your life. So for example, things that help me get towards my goals, like just to tell you a little bit about my goals is to be able to get good grades in the University of Hong Kong. I want to get into this career field called like quant trading. It's a really highly lucrative field. I want to get into it because I know that it's a very interesting job and it's a very high leverage job. But I know this is extremely, extremely competitive. So I know that if I want to get into here, I need to be able to sacrifice everything else. Those are my goals: quant trading, health, physique. Like I wanna become strong. I wanna become a man, a masculine man who can actually provide for his family and his future family. I wanna become that person in my family which my family can depend on financially. And I want to be that rock and that pillar that I can support my family. And without, like, I want to retire my parents basically. So what else actually helps me to lead to my goals? Well, it's gonna be reading/learning. Like even me right now, as I'm creating these YouTube videos, where do you think I actually get this information from? Do you think I just pull it out of my ass? Probably not, right? Like I actually go and read stuff. I watch YouTube videos. I listen to podcasts on learning and how to study more effectively. I do those things because they further my goals, because they can help me to become the better version of myself. So literally anything that does not lead to my goals, I've literally cut out. So for example, video games. When I was in high school, I used to play this game called Genshin Impact, and I would play it very, very often. Like I was literally addicted to it, and I would play it for basically like 2 to 3 hours every single day with my friend. I still remember the times where we would go into this Discord call, and then we would like call for like 1 to 3 hours, and then we would just play this game over and over and over and over again. It was such a waste of time now that I think about it, and I'm glad I quit. When I realized that I actually needed to sacrifice this to achieve my goals, I literally just deleted my game account. Well, I didn't delete it. I actually, I changed the password and I gave it to my friend. I haven't been in contact with my friend much now, but I just gave him the account and I just let it be. The same with my Roblox account. When I was in high school, I deleted my Roblox account when I was studying for my A-level exams. It was during year 13, which was like the last year of high school, when I decided that I actually needed to lock in. So when I needed to lock in, I realized that this was actually not something that pushed me towards my goals. Because of that, I had to get rid of it. So I just completely flat out deleted my account. Like my account is gone now. So there's like literally nothing else on the account. Another thing that I've gotten rid of also is social media. So I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. I only download Instagram on my phone if I'm gonna post anything. If I'm not posting anything, I'm deleting the app. You will not see me use Instagram. I know that it will just kill my attention span. So that's why I've just deleted social media from my phone. And honestly, you should do that as well. You should definitely delete social media from your phone as well if you really, really want to succeed. Like, I'm just going to be real. Like, success demands sacrifice. Like, if you don't sacrifice for your dreams, then your dreams become the sacrifice. Like, this is a quote that I heard from one of my favorite YouTubers, Carl Ram. And he says that because it's actually true. Look at all of the most successful people. For example, let's look at Elon Musk. Elon Musk has everything, basically all parts of his life aligned to his goals. He's so focused on his goals that he literally does not care about literally anything else. Like, I don't think he cares personally. I don't think he really cares about, his family that much. He's had one divorce already. His interpersonal relationship, he doesn't really care about. It's a level of extreme that like these crazy billionaires have. Now, I'm not saying that you need to become the next Elon Musk and like just completely ignore all the things around you, but you need to be willing to give up these things that are actually preventing you from reaching your goals. So another way to put it would be something like this. So let's say this is you over here, and this is your goal. What most people don't realize is that success demands sacrifice. And because of that, they scatter themselves in many different directions at once. For example, they scroll on social media, they try 10 different sports at once. They do like a gajillion different hobbies that don't even add any value. Or they like do things that are actually very, very bad for their health. Like they go partying, they smoke weed, they drink alcohol, right? They're scattering themselves in many different directions at once. There's a really wise saying that goes, if you walk in many different directions at once, you end up going nowhere. And that's exactly what happens with most people. And this is the reason why most students around you stay mediocre. It's because they're not willing to make the sacrifice to do the things that will actually align them to their goals. This is what the top 1% student actually looks like. He makes focused bouts of efforts towards his goal. So maybe his goal is to retire his parents. And the way he can do that is by landing some good internships so that he has a higher paying job when he goes out of college. Or maybe he's the student who studies really, really hard during high school so that he gets accepted into a better university and has a bigger chance of making it and being successful in the future. Success demands sacrifice. And if you don't sacrifice for your dreams will become the sacrifice. I personally have never partied or gone out before during high school. All of my friends around me were going out partying and clubbing basically like every single week, but I didn't actually do that. Because I know for a fact that being sleep deprived and just filling my mind with all of these like negative, sinful thoughts and environments is not gonna help me to learn and study better. So that's why in high school, I made the sacrifice to not go out at all. By the way, I'm guessing if you're watching this, you're the type of student who actually wants to become successful and get ahead of 99% of other students around you. If you're that type of student and you want to learn how to actually do that and get actionable tips and actionable advice, then you might want to check out the first link in the description below. Inside that link is a community full of all of the other top students just like you who are also aiming for the top. We are sick of the broken education system and all of the mediocre things around us. And we want to actually aim for top level success, whether it's grades, career, internships, GPA, friends, self-improvement, all of these things. Because as students, we want to actually grow and become the best version of ourselves. So if you want to surround yourself with a community of other like-minded people just like you who are also aiming for the top, then you can check out the first link in the description below. We've already seen some pretty crazy transformations happen from people who have actually joined this community. Like my video editor can just like put some images on the top. So if that sounds interesting to you, go and check out the first link in the description below. The last mindset shift that I have for you is that you need to learn how to learn. Learning how to learn is probably one of the highest ROI, return on investment skills that you can possibly gain. So let me draw this diagram for you. On the x-axis, we have time. On the y-axis, we have return. So what is return? Return basically just means that how much do you get out of the thing that you invest in? So for example, let's take stocks as an example, right? When you invest in like a $1 stock of Apple, for example, you're investing in it because you're expecting the price to increase in the long run. It's the same with returns, but in this case, returns isn't just money. It's your character, your discipline, your focus, your health, literally anything that can help you become a better version of yourself. That is what I define as return. And the key thing that I want you to understand here is that life operates on compound interest. I don't know if you've ever read the book Atomic Habits, but in the book, it basically says that if you become 1% better every day for 365 days, you will become, I think it was like 36 times better. The main idea behind this is that if you improve continuously every single day for like 365 days, or maybe like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, you're going to get insane returns in your life. For example, let's say that you read a book for like 30 minutes every single day for the next month. If you read every single day for the next month, you're going to possess an insane amount of knowledge. If you just read 30 minutes a day, like 30 minutes a day isn't going to seem that much at first. Like the first day, you're going to be like, okay, maybe it's, yeah, I learned some stuff, but it isn't like life changing. What you need to understand is that it is not about just like reading a book for 30 minutes. It's not just reading it once. It's about reading it over years and years and years. And once you read multiple books every single year, you build all of this wealth of knowledge that no one can literally take away from you. And the more knowledge you build, the more it will compound. So knowledge compounds. You know what else compounds? Your physique and your health. If you exercised for like 3 times a week, every week for like the next 20, 30, 50, 60 weeks, you're going to see an insane transformation in your body. I remember when I first started to hit the gym, literally the first workout, I did not see any results at all. But as I just kept doing the workout, I did bicep curls, I started watching YouTube videos on how to actually get more muscle in less time. I started working out every single week, and for 2.5 years now, this is where I'm at. My editor can probably put an image of me when I was skinny, but this is what I looked like before. But this is how I look like now. You can see the insane transformation, right? Like it literally 2.5 years can make an insane difference. And like, to be completely fair, I think I already saw a transformation in my body like 2 months after working out. It's just 2 months. And I already looked like I had a decent physique. Like not too good, but like it was like better than being a scrawny little wimp, right? Look, as a student, learning shouldn't just be in the classroom. I don't know why, but throughout my years of studying in high school, one big misconception that I see a lot of students around me make is that learning happens only within the classroom. Like, I'm just gonna be like completely real with you. Like, there are just gonna be some students who are like insanely book smart, like they get like insane grades. But when it comes to real life and when it comes to learning outside of the classroom, they completely fall short. And I don't want you to become one of those students, because learning shouldn't just take place inside the classroom. It's something that takes place for your entire life. The day that you stop learning is the day that you stop improving. And if you're not improving, you're regressing. Think about it. You could be reading a book every single day, but if you stop reading the books, if you stop learning new things, when you start to stagnate, that's when you know that you're actually going to regress. Because most people, if they're not improving, they're actually regressing. Like they start taking drugs, they start going to parties, they start smoking, drinking alcohol, and they start just doing all of these negative things that are really bad for them. Because if you don't fill your life with good things, life will fill you with bad ones. Apart from these two things, like health and knowledge, what I've just described just now, one thing that I've also constantly improved were my study systems, my study habits. I think it was around year 13 when I realized that I could either stick to my existing study methods or I could actually improve and become more efficient with my studying. And that's what I actually chose to do. Instead of just using my own old study habits, I started exploring for new ones. And then after that, I literally remember when I was in year 13, I was researching and I was looking at so many YouTube videos. I was reading books on how to learn and how to study. And I was literally putting in so much effort. And even now, right now, I'm actually reading many books on learning and productivity as well. And that's why I'm actually able to make these videos for you guys. It's not because like I pull this information out of my ass. No, I actually read the books and then I synthesize the knowledge and I deliver it to you in this kind of format. And actually, the fact that I'm speaking to you right now actually also helps me to learn and remember the stuff that I teach. And so if you like this type of educational content and you want to learn more from me and get more personalized help from me to help you accelerate your success as a student, then you can check out the first link in the description below. But as always, may God guide us on the right path, and I'll see you in the next video.